So dear students, today we will see the topics temperature dependence of resistivity, variation of resistance with temperature, electrical energy power. These are very important topics. So let us first start with temperature dependence of resistivity. So what is meant by temperature dependence of resistivity? So it may be resistance or resistivity, both are dependent on the temperature. Okay. So how it goes? So let us see the resistivity of the material. We have seen in the last video, rho equal to m by n e square tau, right? So where tau is the relaxation time, n is the number of free electrons per unit volume of the conductor, and m is the mass of the charge, and E is the charge of the electron. So let us see how will be the variation of resistivity of material with temperature for different materials. So for metals it will be different, that is for conductors it will be different, and for semiconductors it will be different, right? Okay. So in metals the density of the electrons En does not change with temperature, but relaxation time tau decreases with increase in temperature. So as the temperature increases, relaxation time decreases, right? Therefore, electrical resistivity rho of a metallic conductor increases with increase in temperature. So the relaxation time decreases. So here you can see it is in the denominator. Relaxation is in the denominator. So as relaxation time decreases and the resistivity increases with the increase in the temperature, right? So therefore, let us take a reference formula here, rho equal to rho naught 1 plus alpha T minus T naught. So this is the resistivity of a material at two different temperatures. So let us call T naught as the 0 degree Celsius or the 273 Kelvin, and T may be the highest temperature at which the conductor is heated. So therefore resistivity is given by, after heating it will be rho naught into, that is rho naught is what? It is the initial temperature, initial resistivity at the temperature T naught, right? And alpha is what? It is the coefficient of resistivity. It is known as the temperature coefficient of resistivity, and we will plot the graph of the resistance versus the temperature coefficient, and we will see that figure, the graphs also. Okay, so this is how for metals, as the temperature increases, resistivity also increases because the relaxation time decreases, right? So therefore it is this is how the resistivity is dependent on the temperature, right? So here you can see rho is directly proportional to the difference in the temperature. So as there is increase in the temperature, resistivity of the material also increases. So what are the ohmic materials? Ohmic materials are the alloys, nichrome, constantan and the manganese. So these are the examples for the ohmic materials, right? Okay, what are ohmic materials? I have told you in the last video itself. So they are nothing but the materials which obey Ohm's law, right? Okay, so now let us go for the resistivity dependence or on temperature for the semiconductors. So semiconductors, we can take the carbon semiconductors, germanium semiconductor or silicon semiconductor, where for semiconductor means the number of free electrons will be very less, right? So before giving any external current, the semiconductor acts as a insulator. So as the current increases, temperature increases and the number of electrons also increases. That means the energy gap goes on shrinking there, and what happens is the relaxation time also decreases. Okay, but the effect of increase in number of much higher. I told you the number of electrons also increases. Higher means increases, and the relaxation time decreases. So okay, then therefore here resistivity of the semiconductor decreases with increase in temperature. So it is opposite, the nature is opposite to that of the metals. The in metals, as the temperature increases, resistivity also increases, but here in case of the semiconductors, as there is more number of electrons in the semiconductors, when you give the, when there is rise in the temperature, the relaxation time decreases, but the temperature also increases, but what happens is the resistivity goes on decreasing. This you have to remember, that is especially in case of the semiconductor. So here you can see the first graph is for the resistivity of the ohmic materials. So here it is a increasing curve. So as the temperature increases, the resistivity also increases. So this is the temperature graph axis, and this is the resistivity axis on along the y-axis. So as the temperature increases, resistivity also increases. So here for the semiconductors, so it will be a linear graph. So as the temperature increases, so at a normal temperature it acts as an insulator, so resistivity is very very high in the graph B. So as the temperature increases, the resistivity becomes 0. Okay, it tends to 0 as the temperature increases. So these are the three nature of graph, how it is varied. So for ohmic materials it will be high, it increases with increase in temperature. For semiconductors, because before the increase in the temperature, the semiconductors are insulators, hence there is a very big hype in the resistivity, but as the temperature increases, resistivity goes on decreasing, right? So now we have seen the resistivity. Now we will see the resistance. So resistance equation is R equal to rho into L upon A. So R is proportional to rho. So whatever equations we have seen for resistivity, so the same equations will be taking here for the resistance. So resistance RT at a particular temperature T is given by R naught 1 plus alpha into T minus T naught. That is for two different temperatures. Okay, capital T is the maximum temperature, T naught is the minimum temperature. Two reference points. So if suppose if you take a T naught as 20 degrees Celsius and T will be the maximum temperature. So for two different Celsius, for two different temperatures. So RT is the resistance of the material at T degree Celsius, or if you are taking in Kelvin, it will be 273 Kelvin. Okay, in Kelvin it will be, and R naught is nothing but resistance at 0 degree Celsius. Then therefore we can symbolize it for a small temperature, RT equal to R naught 1 plus alpha T. So RT is the resistance at T degree Celsius, and R naught is the resistance at 0 degree Celsius. So from equation 2, alpha, or the temperature coefficient of resistance for any material, is taken as RT minus R naught divided by R naught into T. So now let us take R1 and R2 as the two different resistances at T1 degree Celsius and T2 degree Celsius. Therefore alpha will be taken as R2 minus R1 divided by R1 R2 T2 minus R2 T1. So this is the formula for particular two different temperatures. Then if we want the temperature, maximum temperature, what is the formula? RT minus R naught divided by R100 minus R naught into 100. So this is the temperature. If we want to know the maximum temperature, the formula is taken in this manner. Okay, so next let us go to the electrical energy power. So here what is meant by electrical energy? So the energy or the energy which flows in a cable where the current is flowing from one end to another end. So that work done is stored as the energy, potential energy. So let us see here. Consider a conductor in which a current I is flowing from the end A to the end B. So there are two potentials here, electric potential. So at end A, let us take it as VA, and at end B the potential difference is taken as VB. So the potential difference between these two is taken as VA minus VB. Now in a small interval of time delta t, we will see how much amount of charge is flowing from one end to another end. And delta q equal to I into delta t. So energy at A equal to VA into VA into delta q, and UB equal to VB into delta q. So therefore the change in the potential energy is final potential energy minus initial potential energy. So therefore now here you can see final we will take it as VB into delta q minus VA into delta q. So delta q is common here, VB minus VA delta q. So VB minus VA. So this will be minus V of delta V, because here we have taken the potential as V equal to VA minus VB. So it is reverse. Hence we will take here minus V delta Q. So therefore delta Q we can write in terms of current and the time. So therefore minus V I delta Q. Now what is if there is a change in the kinetic energy as the potential energy decreases. So you can see here delta U, that is the change in the potential energy, is a negative of the potential difference. So therefore as the potential energy decreases, there will be increase in the kinetic energy. Therefore delta K equal to minus delta U. So what is here the increase in the kinetic energy means the number of charges will be moving vigorously, right? So therefore the delta K equal to minus delta U equal to V into I delta T, right? Okay, now therefore work done. So this potential energy is stored as the work done. So delta W, that is in the form of heat, the work is done. Delta W equal to V I delta T. So therefore power equal to, we know the definition, rate of change of work. So therefore delta W by delta T equal to, so here we will substitute for VI delta T gets cancelled. Here what is remaining is VI, right? So therefore now we got the power as VI. Therefore from Ohm's law we will connect here Ohm's law. So V equal to I into R. Why we will connect here Ohm's law? Because as the temperature increases, there is increase in the resistance, right, of the cables. So therefore P equal to I into R into R. So that is equal to IR square. Then power is given by V into V by R. So that is again V square by R. Okay. Next. So therefore the power dissipated in the transmission cables PC is equal to IRC square equal to P square by R, P square R by V. So in domestic level we cannot have so much of power. Hence there will be transformers connected. You have seen in your areas transformers will be there. So what is the use of these transformers? Means they will reduce the power dissipated. So if there is a high power generated in the cables, then they will step down the power. So that means why we have to need to step down the power is step down the current, because for a domestic level domestic purpose we cannot use that much of power. It is not very very necessary for us to use so much of power. Therefore, there will be transformer to step down. But if it is a industrial area, then they can use the high power. Okay, hence there will be power generators or the transformers connected to each area. Thank you for watching.